from the Wall Street Journal just this hour. It's a headline that reads, Tesla board opens search for a CEO to succeed Elon Musk. When you read the story, sources are telling the Journal that Tesla's board members started reaching out to several executive search firms, initiating a formal process to replace Musk. My source joining me tonight is the Wall Street Journal's Emily Glazer, who just broke this reporting. And Emily, thanks for joining us on such breaking news. Can you just tell us what happened here and what the board of Tesla was thinking?
Absolutely. So Tesla has been going through some pain lately. It just reported earnings last week and had profits decline about 70%. And our reporting shows that around a month ago, board members were reaching out to executive recruiting firms to start a formal CEO succession search process. This is a formal kind of next chapter. Obviously, companies do succession planning all the time for their next leader, but we know that this is happening as there was concern from investors about Musk spending too much time in DC, given his government role, and concern about the company really struggling lately. We also know that board members prior to earnings had an update. They gathered with Elon Musk and they said to him that we really need you to refocus on Tesla and we need you to say it publicly. And he did not push back.
That's pretty remarkable, given we saw him come out and say he'd step away from the Doge effort. And part of your reporting that stood out to me is where you said that some Tesla employees said the first time they had heard from him in months was at an all-hands meeting that they had in March, where you report, if you read the news, he said, it quote, "It feels like Armageddon. I can't walk past a TV without seeing a Tesla on fire. These are times when there are rocky moments, a little bit of stormy weather, but I'm here to tell you that the future is bright and exciting. What I'm saying is, quote, hang on to your stock."
Interesting message from a CEO that was actually streamed on X. And so our understanding is that Elon Musk has not spent much time at Tesla offices. He has been calling into meetings. He's been joining virtually. And that's something that we know a board member shared with some major investors because they were concerned. And we also, our understanding is that one board member actually told investors that they did need to brief Elon more at times ahead of board meetings. So look, it's been no secret. Elon Musk has been spending a lot of time in Washington, D.C. He's been at Trump's side. He's been in Mar-a-Lago. He has 5 companies that he oversees. Tesla is one of them, but Tesla is public and Tesla is the biggest. It's got a market cap of around $900 billion.
Do we know if Elon Musk was aware of the effort that was underway to potentially replace him?
We do not know if he was aware of the effort, and we also don't know the status of this. So there are definitely some unknowns out there, but it is a big deal and usually a turning point for any company to reach out and hire an executive recruiting firm. This is usually when they would start this formal process of looking at internal and external candidates, kind of examining their slate, so to speak, of who could be the next CEO. And something else to consider is that Tesla doesn't have a very deep bench. There have been a number of top executives that have left more recently. Our reporting also shows that Elon Musk, at least according to an internal document, has more than 20 direct reports at Tesla. So there's quite a lot going on in the company right now. For the first time in quite some time, its car sales fell. Its stock shot up after President Trump won the presidency. And let's not forget, Elon Musk contributed more than $250 million toward Donald Trump's reelection efforts. Some consumers have been pushed back. There's been some brand damage. People have, bumper stickers saying that on their Teslas that they don't necessarily support Elon Musk. So there's been a rocky road recently for this company, and it's only one of the 5 that Elon Musk oversees.
Well, and I think in terms of how this works, would they be able to remove him without his consent? I mean, how does this work behind the scenes in terms of what the board could do here?
Well, Elon Musk is a major shareholder. He owns, I believe, more than 10% of Tesla stock. So this is not like a typical company where a board decides that they are ready to get into this next phase and they hire an external recruiter and they look at all their various candidates and then they make a decision around how that all shakes out. Usually CEOs are very involved in that process. And of course, Elon Musk is on the board as well. But when you've got someone who also is a major shareholder, it changes that process. We've reported quite a bit at the Wall Street Journal about how close Elon Musk is with his board members. We've reported that in some cases he has used drugs with his board members. So I would just say this is not your average CEO succession process. And I just want to emphasize that we are, after Elon Musk said last week during earnings that he plans to refocus and recommit to Tesla, it's unclear where the status of this CEO search process is going.
Emily Glazer, it is some fascinating reporting. Thank you for joining us on the breaking news this hour. Really appreciate your quick work.
Elon Musk today appeared to bid farewell to President Trump's cabinet, further signaling his decision to step back from the Trump administration and perhaps focus some well-needed attention on his many other businesses. My panel's here. And Mike Dubke, take a listen to your former boss, President Trump, during the cabinet meeting today, talking to Elon Musk.
You have been treated unfairly, but the vast majority of people in this country really respect and appreciate you. You know, you're invited to stay as long as you want. At some point, I guess he wants to get back home to his cars.
I'm not sure that it's accurate to say that the vast majority of people really respect and appreciate you. According to polls, a new Washington Post Ipsos poll shows even more Americans are souring on Musk. In February, 49% of the American people disapproved of him, but this month it's 57%. Do you think that's part of why he's stepping back, that he was actually becoming something of a lightning rod?
Well, I mean, I know one person that really appreciated him, which was President Trump. As others have said, he was a heat shield for the president. I called him a human heat shield for the president. And he served that job well, but his 130 days is up. There would have been other political conversations that needed to be had if he had stayed around. And I think you're right, that seemed like a farewell today, a farewell cabinet meeting for him. But he's got a real job that he needs to get back to. And I'm sure Wall Street will be thrilled to have him back doing X and Tesla and SpaceX and everything else he's got going on.
Before he got involved in politics, on Twitter, like long before even with Trump, he was, regarded as like the Thomas Edison of our time, the Nikola Tesla of our time. And even Fetterman during the campaign was saying, John Fetterman, Democrat from Pennsylvania, I take him to he goes to rallies and people think he's Tony Stark. That's Iron Man, just so you know.
Yeah. Are you kidding me with that?
Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure.
Wow.
I didn't know.
That was a bit of shady through your
I just don't know what kind of superhero nerd you are.
All of them. Are
Okay,
you kidding?
okay.
Anyway,
apologies.
back to Tony Stark.
My point is this going to help him stepping back from the politics for a sec?
I don't think so, because people have pretty much made it clear they do not want Teslas. I think I saw Yahoo YouGov poll that said, was it 2/3 of Americans are saying they wouldn't buy a Tesla? I'm not sure him being back at the company.
Because crazy
changes
radicals keep blowing them up.
Oh, yeah. That's
or keying
right.
them or doing other things.
Well, more importantly, though, I think it's a way that people are not buying them as a way to say, we don't like what he's done, we don't like the role that he's played. But can I just point out, we don't talk about this enough, he's already got the most valuable thing, which is access to our data. Just because he's not in Washington doesn't mean he won't take all of our data that he already has access to, and his minions are still sitting there going through our Social Security information, our financial
We don't know
information,
what he has
healthcare
access to.
Okay, you're right. He probably, didn't look at any of that stuff.
Anyway, Dasha, at least publicly Trump says he likes Elon Musk. He really appreciates Elon Musk. He loves the job he did. And I'm sure a lot of that's sincere. But what are your sources telling you about how Trump, or at least people in the White House, feel about him stepping
Well,
aside?
there's a difference between how Trump views Elon Musk and just about everybody else in that White House. I mean, let's remember, he has clashed with just about every cabinet secretary that was sitting at that table today, with Rubio, with Ratcliffe, with Scott Bessent,
Hegseth.
with Hegseth. I mean, the list goes on. So while President Trump, I think, did continue to have a good relationship with him and kind of saw the media going after him, and whenever he sees that, he does kind of put his arms around people. But boy, is that entire cabinet table relieved to see him take a step back.